everybody. We're back. It's me, Chase.
I am also here. My name is Cornwallis. Or Kyle.
Which one? I'm not sure. And we're also joined by
Cheyenne, hi.
Woo.
There we go.
It's been a while.
It's been
Yeah, I forgot to
1 week
say
since
hi.
It's been 1 week. It's been 3 weeks since we last met here.
Yeah, I think it's the longest period of time between recording sessions.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all thanks to one person.
Nope.
No.
I'm kidding.
No.
It's
No,
also
okay.
it's a combination.
No.
It's a combination
Yeah.
of bad scheduling and Cheyenne going out of town.
Yes.
Yes. Although we did plan ahead for me going out of town.
Just
Yeah.
not enough.
Well, but then circumstances happened where we couldn't meet the day we would have had,
Yes.
the completing
Yeah. So we actually would have had enough
the
content.
completion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's been a very eventful week, or 3 weeks, I guess, for one of us, especially leading up to and including today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
I wonder.
Who could
Why
it
don't you
be?
enlighten
Oh, no,
us,
I
Cheyenne?
thought you were also talking about someone else, and I just wasn't in the loop because
No.
I've been gone.
No, you are the
We're
loop.
talking about you.
Oh. I was in another country.
You were.
I got lots of pasta and pizza and coffee.
Can you
Oh, you
guess
went
where
to
she went? Yeah.
Spain.
You went to France.
No, I was in France for like 3 hours. I hate France. I hate that
How dare you.
airport. They suck.
How dare you.
Which airport are you at? Oh, the French airport.
Charles de Gaulle.
The one in Paris. I forgot the name.
I literally just said it.
Just said it.
Oh, I wasn't listening. I hate that airport. Yeah, I went to Italy.
I love Italy.
That's great. I've
Italy
never
was
been.
great.
I've never been out of the country.
Yeah, you got to work
You know
on that.
why? You know why, Chase?
No, don't say it.
Why? Why
No.
have you never been out of the country, Chase?
Because I'm too poor.
Nope. Nope. Because you didn't get your passport.
I still don't have a passport.
He could have come, but did he have a passport?
That's
No.
not why I couldn't come.
Well, yeah, but you technically you could have.
If
you-
I had known before, like more in advance.
You
And
knew,
had a passport. And
you could have gotten a passport in that time.
No, that's not why I
Right.
didn't come though. Because I
Mhm.
couldn't be able to. I didn't have this funds set aside to be able to
Mhm.
take a week off
Hmm
and
But still,
pay for a trip to Italy.
I told you to get a passport like a year ago.
Yeah, that's true.
you should probably just have a passport. You never
Yeah.
know when you need to
You
escape the
probably should-
country.
Exactly,
When I need
right?
to flee. But then I wouldn't be using my passport probably.
I mean, you can flee legally.
I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, but look what she got me.
Cool.
For
I don't-
audio listeners,
No,
this
no
is the
one-
sound
no
of
one can see
a
that.
lighter
I mean,
Yeah.
opening and closing
I think anybody
got
could
it.
have, probably deciphered what that
Yeah.
sound was.
Yeah.
I
And
got
it's
it from a vintage shop.
in Rome.
It
And
was
says,
cool.
It says Roma on it.
It
With
does.
the Colosseum and a cow
Yeah.
being milked by little humans that are.
Wait, is
I,
it really?
I wish he was
I think so.
not being honest.
Did you not look at the
You
gift
know
you gave
what?
me?
I did not notice that those were humans. I got that.
Or they're
like,
calves suckling at the teat, but I'm pretty sure they're humans.
that's what I thought it was.
Let me look at this.
They look like Blair Witch humans.
Okay.
Those are definitely not little cows sucking at the teat.
Oh,
They
okay.
are something else entirely. God only knows.
Okay.
I don't even.
I don't know. I got it from a vintage shop.
Maybe I'll post
that
a picture of it.
That was close
on
to
social
my
media.
Airbnb.
Yeah.
We can just
That's
on
cool.
the YouTube video. We can just have a picture of it. Go to away.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
We're
Yeah.
not gonna do
Mhm.
that.
No. Yeah. So, how was you? Also went to another country. On the
Oh,
way-
you
on the
mean
way there.
Amsterdam?
Amsterdam is not a country, but yes.
That's
I
a-
mean,
that's a
you,
city.
you know what I mean.
What
Yeah.
country is it in Cheyenne?
Netherlands.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought you were trying to divert from that question.
No, I knew. I meant
Throwing shade.
whatever.
Just
I know,
a
right?
shade.
Yes, you want-
rude. I worked hard to get your stupid. What was it?
My
Stroopwafel.
stroopwafels.
Yeah. To find him the non one that you can just find here,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
which was hard to do because that's the only thing they had at that airport. And then I found this cute little cart in the airport, and the
Cart?
lady was the lady was like, "Oh, I'm from a local shop." I was like, "Oh, cool."
Oh, okay. That's where you got it from?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
because they have a local shop, but it's only one location, and I was
The
like, "That sounds
authentic.
yeah." I was like, "That
Yeah.
sounds legit. I'm gonna get that one."
Super legit.
Yep, those things were freaking heavy. My carry-on weighed like nothing. Because I got 3 boxes of those, it weighed like an extra 10 pounds.
Okay, you
I
also
swear.
got a lot of chocolate. on the way back.
No, just from there.
Okay.
Yeah, just going to Rome from Amsterdam, my carry-on all of a sudden became very heavy for his
worth it.
snack.
Worth it. Yeah. You.
Ooh, I went to Venice and it wasn't flooded.
There you go. Yeah.
Everybody kept telling me, "Oh, you're not going to be able to go to Venice.
Because it was flooded,
it's flooded."
like the
I'm
week
like,
prior, right?
Mhm.
yeah, I was like, "Stop being so pessimistic. It's going to be fine. I'm going to Venice if I have to walk through like water. It's fine.
Poop water.
I don't care."
You would have cared.
You would've guessed.
You would have cared so much if you were walking through poop water in Venice.
Gray water.
It
You
was
know what's in gray water?
Piss and shit.
I like how we never fail to
Mention that.
reference it.
Oh,
It's
I
just
saw,
that scene, too.
Yeah.
I forgot to take a picture of it, but I saw street art in
Cool.
in Venice, and it was of it, and it was like a little balloon. It said,
Oh.
"You'll float too," but it was in English, and I was like,
That
was
was-
this an American?
That was gonna be like Night Monkey.
Yeah, you know what was weird in Venice?
That's not where Night Monkey was.
No, nothing about Spider-Man.
Oh, I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they had they had Iron Man in
Oh, yeah,
some
he
shops.
died.
They had Green Day like everywhere.
Green Day.
Yeah, just randomly there was Green Day.
Okay.
But no Spider-Man. It's okay because my godbrother and I went looking for a Night Monkey.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm confident in saying they did not find him.
Probably
No.
not.
No, we did not. I almost fell in water though.
There's a lot of it.
Yep. It was my aunt's fault.
Oh, she
She
pushed you.
pushed me.
Okay. I
Wow.
was joking, but okay.
No, she did. It was an accident,
Cool.
but she totally
But she
pushed me
totally
while
pushed
we were
you,
yeah. Because she was like, "Let's take a picture," and then she shoved me over, and I was like, "Oh God!" and almost fell off the bridge. Okay.
Yeah. What else has happened?
I almost got stuck in Rome. Is that what you're referring to?
I don't remember this.
Oh, remember I told you there was a
Clearly
problem with our tickets?
Oh yeah.
Because they changed our flight completely without saying anything, and one person's ticket was not working. Like they could not check in; it did not exist.
Huh.
And yeah,
That would not have been good.
No.
I mean, I was fine. I had extra days off work, so
She still hasn't gone back to work yet.
nope.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
she's not tomorrow either.
yeah. I didn't have the flight info when I had to ask for
Days off.
days off, so I
You
was
just
like,
overcorrected.
yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
if I come home late on a Wednesday, I'm going to be grumpy on Thursday. So let's not do that. So I took off the Thursday. And then I was like, well, why am I going to work one day this week? Screw that. I'm going to just take off another day. And then I don't work weekends. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was great.
Nice.
It was great. Yes, Chase.
And what else? What else?
Nothing.
No.
There's
Oh,
what-
I
nothing
got
else?
coffee.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. What is today, Cheyenne?
December 8th. It is what's that?
Happy birthday!
No, it's that one religious
The
holiday.
Feast of the Immaculate Conception.
Yeah, there you go. It's
And
a
your
big deal.
birthday.
Oh yeah, it's my birthday.
Happy birthday! Another year
Wait.
closer to death.
Wait, but now they can find me.
You're the one that said the date.
Oh wow.
It's
Yeah.
true. Bleep it. No.
It's another day closer to death. Whatever.
Every day's another day closer to
It's another
death.
Every
year
minute.
closer to death.
Every minute.
Every
is one
minute's
closer
another
to
day
death.
closer to death.
Every minute is another one closer to death.
And you only die twice.
Yep.
And wait, what's the name of that movie?
There's no time to die, Chase.
There's no time to die. That's the new Bond film that's coming out. I haven't seen anything besides a box of a standee.
The trailer looks pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, if we're following the pattern so far, the odd-numbered Daniel Craig Bond movies are great. So we're good. We're in for another great one.
Oh yay!
Casino Royale, fantastic. Quantum
Yeah.
of Solace, no.
I don't remember
I don't
that
remember.
one.
Exactly. Skyfall, fantastic.
Yeah.
Skyfall.
Spectre,
Oh, no.
Never saw Spectre.
good.
It's okay.
I think I've
No
only
Time to
seen
Die,
the odd one.
fantastic. Well, I mean, what was it, like 2 Bond movies ago? Daniel Craig, I'm not going to do another. I'd rather
Exactly.
slit my wrist than do
Yeah.
another one of these.
I was so confused when I heard there's another one.
Yeah, and then,
Money.
Oh yeah, and then I forgot what interview this was, but everyone was like, "Oh yeah, so this is gonna be your last one." He's like, "I never said that. He's like, my contract's not done." I was like, wait, I thought you said you didn't
don't
want to
know
do
what you're
another
talking
one.
They paid him a lot of money, I'm pretty sure.
To forget,
Sure.
you will forget.
Look,
But
Oh, I think he has a great deal with Austin Martin too, where he can just walk in and he's like, I want that car. And then
Oh,
he gets
yeah,
to
that'd
walk
be
out with it.
awesome.
that's my Bond car.
oh, man. I like Daniel Craig as James Bond. It's just half
Yeah.
of the movies he's been in haven't been very good, but that's not on him. It's kind of like Pierce Brosnan. I liked Pierce Brosnan as James Bond, but he really only got one good movie out of like 5.
Mm.
or 6 or 37. I don't remember how many.
the fuck?
freaking movies
I
he
don't
was
think
in.
it's 37.
It's not. But he was in like 5?
Was he?
have
I only
no
remember
idea.
one.
I
I mean,
just
Goldeneye was
remember-
great.
That's all
Yeah.
I want to remember.
That's great.
Because
That's
of Sean
the good
Bean.
one.
One I know.
That's the good one. And then there was like
Okay.
a bunch of other not good ones.
Okay.
And he just kind of rode the goodwill of that one good Bond movie he was in.
Did you hear like Robert Pattinson, like his comments about being Batman, or just like
Okay, did you just read a headline or did you
No.
actually listen to the interview?
no? I just like I've seen like bits of dialogue.
Okay. So, yeah, the headline going around is like Robert Pattinson doesn't think that like or like hopes like Batman won't be as big as
Oh, I didn't hear, I didn't read that. No.
What are you talking about then?
Oh, just the fact that he's like, or like in any movie that he stars in, he's always like, not talk shit about it, but like just doesn't praise it at all, and more so just like
Yeah.
he's like Batman isn't a superhero; he doesn't have powers. That's what he said about Batman.
Okay.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, he's a hero.
Yeah. But I mean, that's okay.
Yeah.
No, I thought you were talking about his comments that he made like a couple weeks ago, where he was like, "Look, I just really don't. I'm not worried. Like, I don't think this is going to be the same level of fame as Twilight." People were like,
Oh, that
"It's
one.
Batman." But
Oh, no.
what he was talking about specifically was more like he's like, "I don't think I have to worry about like people showing up outside my
Yeah.
house at 3 a.m. screaming
Yeah.
my name."
Yeah,
kind
he
of
also
fame.
I think he also mentioned something about this time around he didn't get death threats.
Yeah, it's true, which is almost surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think it'd be more so this one than Twilight because when that movie was coming out, it wasn't as big as when it came out.
Yeah, that's true. But people are weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're like, oh man, those teenage girls are pretty passionate fans. But to be fair, so are Batman fans. And a lot of people not super pleased about his casting. Curious.
I'm curious. I don't really care.
I mean, I've seen him in other stuff, and he's been making really good movies and acting
Yeah.
extremely well in them
Uh-huh.
for years.
Yeah.
Since Twilight, it's just
Harry Potter.
Okay,
since
no.
Twilight.
Harry Potter was before Twilight.
Yeah. Yes.
Chase looks confused.
When
But
you'd
yes,
be like,
it
oh,
is.
who did they cast as, Edward? You're like, oh, what's it? God, oh my God.
Cedric
Diggory.
Diggory.
Thank you. Total brain
Yeah.
fart. And yeah, oh yeah, Cedric Diggory. You're like, oh, okay. That was like his claim to fame pre-Twilight.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
Cedric Diggory.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Cedric Diggory.
Okay, Chase, we get it.
You're still listening to Harry Potter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where
I
are you
am.
now, Chase, in Harry Potter?
I'm 22 hours into Order of the Phoenix.
How much is left, Chase?
4 hours.
Okay, cool. He's 4 hours away from the end of the 5th of 7 books. Thank
Yeah.
God.
They're on their OWLs.
There you
Oh
go.
my goodness.
And
And next week we'll have another Chase update.
I'll probably be done with it, please. And we can move on to the 6th of 7 books, and then before we know it, it'll be done, and we never have to touch on Chase Chase listening to someone reading him a book ever again.
Sponsor us, Audible.
Sponsor us, anyone.
Wait,
As I've said
not
before,
anyone.
I will shill any product if you pay me. I have no scruples.
Scruples.
Yes, scruples.
Scruple.
Scruples.
Scrutable.
You act like I'm saying a thing that isn't right,
No, I know.
but I am.
So.
What have you been up to for the last 3 weeks, Chase?
Oh God! On Thanksgiving,
Oh God, that's right. Thanksgiving happened during
Oh
this period of time.
yeah. I was on
Yeah.
the plane.
you were on a plane
Yeah.
with snakes. No. Thanksgiving.
Got to get these monkey fighting snakes off this Monday to Friday plane.
Is that the clean dumb over?
Yes, it is.
I like that.
It's so stupid.
It's great.
Oh yeah, but on Thanksgiving I picked up a shift as my 6th day
Why?
because I didn't need to work in the I didn't need to have the morning off because Cheyenne was gonna be on a plane anyway. I didn't have anything to do, and we don't really have dinner until later. So I picked up a 6th shift, so I can get that overtime. Additional to all the overtime I got the rest of the week, and
Although, wasn't it only your 5th day because you were sick earlier?
yeah, but I got sick pay
Yeah.
for that day, so it starts my 6th
okay.
day. So technically, I got like a free day because I was. I mean,
Was
I
it
was
really a
paying
free
for
day?
it in
You were sick.
Being ill.
yeah, being ill violently in the toilet, both ends, and
Yeah, that's being sick for you.
and so I picked up that shift, worked that, and got holiday pay for that too. So yeah, and
Yes, you're making money. We all get it.
I was like, hell yeah, more money. But then later that day, after dinner and everything, and I got back home, I don't have anything to do, and I didn't work the next day. Miraculously, I did not work on Black Friday, which I was really thankful for because it was my first day as a manager the previous year,
Oh God, that's right. It was.
and it was hell. We did for our building, doing like over 7,000 people. Like it was tough.
I just had it off.
And then this year I had it off. I was like, bet. Like, okay, I got it. I didn't even ask for it, but I'm very appreciative. Apparently it was slower though. And so I get home, nothing to do the next day on Thanksgiving. And so I put on, a quick jaunt through a film, The Irishman.
Oh yeah, I still haven't seen it. I really want to.
It's a 3.5 hour movie.
Yes, it is.
And I watched the entirety of it with my brother. Well, actually, it came in 20 minutes late, but we watched it together, like not saying a word really until the end. We're like, what? Because, okay, this is a Scorsese film, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Scorsese was the one that said that Marvel wasn't movies. Is that right? Was he the one that said that?
I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this, but yes.
He did say that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not cinema, not
Yeah, it's
movies.
not cinema.
Yeah,
There's
well,
a
you know what I
big
mean.
difference.
Yeah.
Like
So, my gripe with this movie,
Okay.
is that it is cinema.
well, you could say that. I'll just say, if you compare something like The Irishman to something like Marvel has its entertainment factor, right? And it's very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the stories are, I think that's what he was kind of not bashing on, but
Okay, basically
know what I
what
mean.
he's saying is that like he likes to make movies that are like a study of like people.
yeah. And that's really what it is. It's not really entertaining, but it is interesting. Like if you're going to that movie to be entertained, nah, you probably won't be. But if you
I
go,
think it depends on the kind of entertainment you're expecting. I mean, if you're
Well-
watching a Scorsese film that takes place over like 1,000 years,
yeah, that's not to say that it's not a good character study, I guess. Wait, let me see.
I feel like he's still sifting through.
No,
I feel
I
like
had to, like,
Chase.
sit
I
with
feel
it.
like no. I feel like what's really happening here is Chase really didn't like this movie, but at equal parts he doesn't want to seem uncultured.
No.
Yeah.
and he doesn't want.
No. I did not dislike this movie. I'll put that out there. I did not dislike this movie for what it was, I guess.
There's so many qualifying statements.
It is interesting.
I promise I am not a total layman.
But in terms of entertainment factor, it's like lacking a lot. But if you're just watching to get a chronology, like
What?
it's there, I
I'm
guess.
confused.
It's a story
It
of
takes
a
place
man's
over a
life.
very long period of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically like a man, probably in his late 20s, I don't know, until like almost his death.
Oh.
And
That's why they touted like the de-aging technology and stuff for it. How was that, by the way?
pretty good
Okay, like
ish. I mean, I forget what.
after a little, like okay, my real test for like de-aging stuff is like, was it distracting after like the first like 10 minutes of dealing with it?
No, I don't think it's distracting at all.
So there you go.
Okay, actually, yeah, it was really good because I forgot what Robert De Niro looks like now.
Yeah, he's a very
Because-
old man.
No, because because there's de-aging, but there's also aging. So
Yes.
they do it like front and back, and I forget what he actually looks like. And no, yeah, actually, it's a good job then because he looks like he's an old man.
That's cool.
Right.
I mean, it helped that they got actors who have been on screen for their whole for a very long time. So there's
Yeah.
a lot of footage to draw on from
Yeah.
like them younger to.
And I
like,
mean, there
rebuild.
was a lot of good people in that film. And it was
Like Anna Paquin and her 2 lines or whatever.
Okay, yeah. So that
Heard about that.
like controversy, I guess you would say.
That
Like
was controversy.
Not
not really.
really.
Like
I didn't
there
see
was people
anything
that
about
had
this.
gripes with
Oh.
Anna Paquin's character because she
Oh.
only had like 2 lines or so, and they were like, "Oh, you should have like Scorsese should have given her more lines, and like it's not fair to her, like as an actress, and she like, whatever." But honestly, her silence is palpable, like in throughout the whole movie, because it definitely serves a purpose, and it.
Okay.
And I think Robert De Niro also said that, like, yeah, like she did a really good job with what she did, and I agree. Like, I don't think that like forcing her to have more lines would have lessened the impact of like
Of when she spoke.
yeah, and of the character that she played.
Mhm.
So that's my 2 cents on that. But
Cool.
overall,
Okay,
it was good,
that's
I
cool.
guess.
I do want to see this movie really badly,
Yeah.
if only just to watch Joe Pesci act for the first time in like 20 years.
Oh, he's really good,
Of course he is. He's Joe Pesci.
very good.
Okay.
Um,
I didn't know what this movie was until Chase said he watched it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I've
and then I
been-
looked it up.
Yeah.
'cause I haven't.
no, I've been waiting for
see
it for a
anything.
while.
Me too. I just
Got
haven't
it.
gotten the 3.5 hours I want to sit down and
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah. No, what's weird though is that all over Italy it was advertised.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, okay, so it's called The
What about
Irishman.
Ireland?
Robert De Niro plays an Irishman in
Yes.
like an Italian mob,
Ah,
Mhm.
but he's the
Okay.
funny thing is Robert De Niro's actually Italian.
yeah.
Yes.
We aware he was in Godfather 2,
Was he?
second one, third one.
I don't
He's in
remember.
one of them, right? 2.
I don't
okay.
remember.
I was like, I saw him in one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny because he plays an Irishman. And,
Okay. That's
and but
weird.
he's like the Irishman that can speak Italian.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was like, yeah, but I'm
So
like,
Chase is-
but the whole thing, I'm like, oh, he can pass for Italian. I'm like, I said Italian. Whoops. I did
Italian.
not mean to enunciate like that.
Oh my
But
goodness.
like, oh, he can pass
God.
for Italian. I'm like, wait,
You're
no,
one
he
of
is
those.
Italian.
Yeah.
Duh.
And there you go.
Yeah.
That's Chase's opinion on the Robert De Niro.
It's
movie.
Gorlami.
All right. But, all right. So Chase watched a 3.5 hour movie.
Oh yeah, I did.
Of similar concepts, I went over to a friend's house and watched a whole lot of one thing in one sitting.
One Piece.
No.
No.
I just heard a lot of ones.
S- So I went over to a friend's house. I've been visiting
Oh.
them semi-frequently
Uh-huh.
because they have an adorable baby. But while I was over there, they were watching like some anime. I'm like, oh, I have an anime you should check out. And so I threw on the first episode of Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
Great anime, actually.
And he was like, oh yeah, I've seen that. I didn't watch that because it looked like really. I'm like, no.
you haven't seen it.
No. And then so we proceeded to watch literally the entire show.
Holy shit.
And then he's like, okay, you said there was a movie, right? I'm like, yeah, about that. There's no way to watch that right now. It's not out yet. And he's
Aw.
like, I mean, I'll track it down. And then so like a couple days later, he's like, this fucking movie is nowhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm real sorry. He's like, you kept hyping up that movie. I'm like, yeah, I'm real sorry.
I should have
He's like, I hate you.
seen it in the cinemas.
Yeah, well, he's like, man, had you showed me this sooner, I would have been right there next to you.
It's a good movie. It's a good show.
Great movie. It's still one of my favorite movies of the year, which feels a little silly, but is totally accurate.
Yeah.
It just made me appreciate the movie even more rewatching the entire show.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the only anime I've watched recently,
Oh.
or at least
Do tell.
a good chunk of an anime because the rest isn't
One
quite out
Piece.
yet. No, I'm good.
I don't.
Babylon.
Oh.
Here's what I'm going to
I've
say
n-
about Babylon.
Okay.
Wait, the show?
Yeah.
I have no
Just
idea.
the anime.
Oh,
Babylon.
the anime. Okay.
I
This-
just said I'm
that was the
talking about
point.
an
Sorry.
anime.
I got distracted. I thought of
Babylon 5?
yeah.
I
I was like, what? That's not a.
That is also a show. It's
Yeah,
a
I
good show.
know.
I enjoy that show. But I mean, so when you try and find Babylon on Amazon Prime Video, you will also see Babylon 5 right next to it. So don't mistake
you
them.
watched the anime on Amazon Prime Video.
That's where it is.
Okay.
It's one of their. They do this. There's like always like one or two anime every season that's on Amazon Prime Video.
Interesting.
And they're usually good, which is kind of even more annoying. But there's a anime YouTuber, Mother's Basement, who made a video
Mhm.
talking about like this is like the sleeper hit nobody's watching this year. And like very early on in the video, he's like, "Look, I can't even describe what this show is about without spoiling it." So just watch it, trust me. And I'm like, well, that's a weird statement. No, I'm like, okay. And he's like, seriously. He's like, look, I'm going to give you an example. And then he described the first episode. And he's like, and there's like, and he drops like a bombshell at the end of that episode. He's like, you probably are annoyed at me for spoiling this first episode. I can assure you, we're like 7 plot twists deep after this. This is nothing. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch this show.
Yeah.
So yeah, Babylon on Amazon Prime Video. Seriously, go into this show having no idea what it is. Understand that it is a thriller. It's not like some like action-packed, like people are like getting into gunfights or anything. No, it is like an intellectual thriller that brings up incredibly, like its actual core concept is an incredibly compelling and fascinating examination of something. That I don't want to bring up. That makes you think a lot and consider a side of an argument that you probably never would expect you would.
Hitler did nothing wrong?
No.
Good.
But
Good.
it's
the side of the argument I never expected.
I will say it is a concontroversial opinion.
Oh.
And it is not expressed in a way that it expects you.
I refer back to my statement.
I will say it's not like, well, this is what's true, and we're going to convince you why this controversial opinion is true. It's presented in the form of like a debate, essentially, between characters. So it's like, this is a central idea that you think is crazy, and we understand why you think it's crazy. And then we're going to have one character systematically dismantle every argument you have about why that is. And you're still, like, there's still enough ambiguity where you're like, okay, I get what you're saying. No. But, and then, so on one hand, you have this incredibly fascinating intellectual, like, argument that the show is presenting. And on the other hand, there's some weird fucking crazy shit going on, man. And I was riveted. And when it was described as like a constant string of like, what the fuck, that's what this show is.
Okay.
There was one episode that ended without a what the fuck moment, and I felt cheated. Because every fucking episode, except for one, is literally, it's like, it's the last moment. You're just like, okay, I gotta watch the next episode. And episode 7, which is it's like the most recent episode, because there's like a 2.5 week hiatus.
What?
And then it's coming back like towards the end of this month.
Oh, okay.
But I gotta say, something happens in episode 7 that chilled me to my core and is still fucking with my brain.
Huh.
Like, it's one of the most disturbing things I think I've seen in a long time.
What the fuck?
And it is not explicit.
Uh-huh.
It's implicit in a way that bothered me. I have seen things that are actually far more graphic than what happened on this.
Mm-hmm.
But it disturbed me. And it is disturbing.
Oh, wow.
Why?
He's disturbed.
No, we get it. We get it. So, legitimately, if you like intellectual thriller, like, concepts that is like, if you just like a really well-told and fascinating story, give Babylon a shot. It was 3.5 hours to catch up on the episodes I watched, and I watched all of them in a single sitting because I couldn't put them down.
Oh, so you basically just watched The Irishman.
Yep. I hadn't expected to. It was the middle of the night, and I was like, oh, I'll watch one episode. And then I watched a whole string of
I
episodes.
didn't expect to watch the whole Irishman in one sitting because I started at like 11.
Yeah, I couldn't put mine down. It does not sound like that was your
Well, I mean, I was
situation.
like, I'll still go. I'll keep going. Like, I was interested.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is not that. This is a whole, like, holy shit. So I strongly recommend this show to people. But again, the less you know about it going in, the better.
Interesting.
I will say its basic premise gets much more exciting than it sounds like. It literally, it opens and you're like, why has Kyle recommended a show to me where you play some dudes investigating like a small time like scandal in a pharmaceutical company.
What?
Yeah, it's like two guys are like, hey, it seems like this pharmaceutical company paid some money to some universities to make it seem like their drug was even more effective than it was.
Oh.
That's how the show starts. And like 10 minutes in, you're like, oh, never mind.
Well, episode 4 is called Chase, so
And it's true.
it's calling to me.
Well, episode 7 is called The Most
the Most
Evil. And yes, it is.
Okay.
So yeah, watch the show. It's fantastic.
I just put it on
Yeah,
my
it's
watch
so
list.
good.
Nice. You know what had been on my watch list for a long time?
A few things, I'm sure. But no, I don't know what you're referring to.
Okay. Shazam. I
Shazam!
finally got to watch it.
And she also watched a few other movies.
Yeah, I watched like 5 movies on this trip. And I finally got to watch Shazam. And there's you were telling me that there was a part that was like really almost unnecessarily gruesome.
Yeah.
And I was watching it and I was eating as I was watching this. And I was fine, but my mom just happened to peek over and she was like, "What are you watching?"
Oh, it's a kids movie.
I was like,
Yeah, except for that one part.
Yeah, I was like, Mom, it's okay. It's okay. Go back to your Notebook. It's fine. Because my mom was watching the Notebook. But she just happens to look over as we're like eating and she's like, I need a break.
I mean, to be fair, The Notebook has some pretty disturbing things in it. A man casually threatens suicide if a woman won't date him.
That's I don't like the Notebook. That's very true.
I like the Notebook.
I have a lot of issues with the Notebook.
It's
Of course
cute.
you like the Notebook.
What does that
Chase.
mean?
You love stories.
What are you talking about?
Can't do romantic movies.
It's got to be the right kind of romantic
Yeah, it
movie.
has to be the right kind. I also finally got to see Alita Battle Angel. And it was really hard to watch because the main character looks like my little cousin.
Yeah, I realized this after the fact.
I'm like watching this and I'm like, no, this is weird.
It's just your little cousin being a robot kicking butt.
Yeah, it's weird.
What else did you watch?
Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Oh, wait, you did? I didn't remember
Yeah.
that one.
I literally texted that to you.
Oh, man, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you didn't care.
No, when you
about it.
came back, you were recounting the stories or
It was not good.
the movies that you watched.
It's not good. Because that came out this year, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. It felt like it because I was waiting for it and then it just was gone.
Happened.
No, I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah, and I figured that was for a reason, and it was for a reason. It's not good.
That first trailer for that movie
Was
was so good.
Yeah, it was epic. That
Yeah.
moment happens in the movie, and that's like
No,
the
it
best
did nothing for
moment
me.
in the
Like any of those
movie.
trailers did nothing
Dude,
for
that
me.
first trailer, I'm just like, this is childlike
Right?
wonder. I was like,
Right?
I saw that in a theater. My first time I saw that trailer too, like not on a
Yeah.
screen. I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah,
This
no.
movie's gonna be awesome. It was not awesome.
No.
It was, I didn't hate it, but I'm just like, what the hell?
What was that?
I had rice last night, and there was a piece of rice stuck in my teeth.
And it was on the microphone?
Okay.
That was stupid.
All
I
right,
didn't hate
Kyle.
the movie, but I was like, this is about 4 times as boring as should be possible, considering the premise of this movie.
I know.
Godzilla's never done anything for me, so I don't really care.
Well, you just
Yeah.
haven't watched the right Godzilla movies.
Yeah. There was one that I liked. I don't remember what it was.
I'm falling
but
apart over here.
Yeah, it's so weird because like it's epic, but it's boring.
It's so boring.
It's almost a talent at how they did that.
like it's literally like 23 giant monsters fighting
Yeah.
all over the world to the death.
23.
I don't know. Are we just desensitized from this?
But it's just like so boring.
I don't understand because the concept, it's not like it's bad acting
Yeah, no.
or bad graphics. It's just boring.
It's just a super boring movie.
But the stakes are super high.
they're I think
It's
the
just-
stakes are too high.
Yeah, that might be the problem.
Like-
Also, there was, what was that? The oxygen bomb or something like that. There's like
What?
a O2 eliminator thing.
What?
Like, I don't know. It's just,
The movie's too nuts.
yeah. Maybe there's too much happening because there's so many
Yeah.
monsters. There's so many things happening.
Huh.
And then there's this like
It's just
crazy
like
twist that's not as crazy, but it should be crazy.
It's just like everything is cataclysmic. And so
Yeah.
nothing matters. In a weird way. You're just like,
Yeah.
okay. It's like you can watch a movie where it's like the smallest stakes on earth and it means so much. This movie managed to take the biggest stakes on earth. And you're like,
Several.
all the time.
Just every inch of the movie.
It's all stakes all the time.
Yeah.
And it's
Yummy.
just, I want to say you'd think it'd be exhausting, but it's not exhausting. It's just like, you're just like, oh, okay.
It's like, oh, another thing? Okay.
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right. Yep.
Also, they don't give you time to really care about anyone.
No.
So much. Hey,
They they
Yeah.
think that they do,
yeah.
which is really clear watching the
It's
movie when
not.
you're like, oh, you're really invested in this person. I'm like,
No.
I'm more invested because I know who this actor is. It's like, Kyle Chandler's here. That just makes me think of Friday Night Lights. Hey, it's 11. It's like,
It's 11. She can talk?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I dump your ass. And,
I dump your ass. Oh my god.
and I'm just like, okay, movie, cool.
Yeah. Although, so did you watch that in the theater?
Mhm.
Was it really dark and hard to watch?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, because I
Probably
watched
not
it,
as dark and hard to watch as it was for you, but there
Yeah.
were a lot. That
In
movie's
an
dark.
airplane?
Yeah, well, because I had the brightness on the screen all the way up.
It
'cause
was not
I
a
just
bright
could
movie.
not see a thing.
And like the action, and even like the action, like
It was hard to comprehend.
if I describe the action to you and the things that are happening, it sounds cool. But
Yeah,
you're watching, you're just like, okay,
Yeah.
that big blob is fighting that big blob.
Yeah.
Up 1-1. Who
and
knew?
it was so much that I'm like, wait, I can't see.
Yeah.
Please, wait. Just yeah.
And then it's over.
it's over.
And then there's the sequel tease.
Oh, I forgot Pacific Rim 2 was a thing.
yeah.
Because I was thinking, because like you're thinking of, or when I think of Godzilla kaiju, and so I was thinking of Pacific Rim, which is I feel like a better movie than Godzilla,
didn't
any
watch
Godzilla that
that.
I've seen. But then Pacific Rim Uprising, I just had no interest in watching really.
Good. It's bad.
Well, because I
That was an
remember
option
I
for me to
was super
watch.
hyped for it, like because they set up a sequel at the end of Pacific Rim, and I was like, oh, I want a sequel, yeah. And then once it like came around, I'm like, I don't really care.
I didn't watch the first one.
So the first Pacific Rim, it's dumb as shit, but it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why didn't you ever use that giant sword before? No. So many questions. It's like you had a giant sword this whole time, and only now you've decided to use it, now that you're in space. Fighting a
Okay.
giant bird thingy. I'm like, weird flex. This would have come in handy in all of your previous fights, but okay.
Okay.
So the problem was, and now to be fair, this is not my own original thought. I watched a video, but I'm not that intellectual to understand why I hated this movie when I watched it the first time. But like Pacific Rim 1, you felt like you were watching giant ass robots fight giant ass monsters because everything felt so like slow and
Yeah.
powerful and stuff.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim 2 doesn't feel like that at all. It feels like you're watching toys fight toys.
Oh.
Because they're like doing like really cool like acrobatic shit, and you're like, whoa, I'm flying through the air doing like flips and kicks and shit. And you're just like, this just doesn't feel big.
Yeah.
It feels small because it doesn't feel like any of these motions have so much weight behind them because it's a giant fucking robot.
Yeah.
And I couldn't like wrap my head around that when watching the movie. But when somebody was like, yeah, this is why it feels wrong, I'm like, yeah,
What that guy said?
yeah, he's totally right.
That's what I was thinking in my head.
I didn't understand why I felt that, but I felt that. It's like watching any of like if you ever watched like Corridor Crew and their like VFX artists react to like good and bad CGI kind of thing.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, it's like that kind of concept where like I didn't understand why I knew instinctively that was wrong. But I knew it was wrong.
Now this is pod racing.
Now this is pod racing.
Speaking of pod racing,
Oh god, where's this going?
well, that just made
The
me.
best Star Wars movie.
Oh, it just
God, you've been spending
reminded
too much
me
time
of.
around.
Around one of our friends.
Yeah.
Anyway, that reminded me of Disney Plus because I tried watching The Mandalorian.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We need to talk about this too.
We need to talk about the elephant in the room. I totally forgot we could have talked about this, but I'm glad that I remember you brought it up.
You're trying to take the claim of something that clearly just happened that Cheyenne did.
Oh no, she brought it up, so that made me remember.
I'm so glad I brought this up. What?
I was saying remember, okay? Otherwise I wouldn't remember if she didn't bring it up.
What was your point though, really quick? Cheyenne?
Yes.
Oh,
Sure.
okay. Yeah. So I was trying to watch The Mandalorian,
Mhm.
and then I tried to download the episodes while I was at the airport. Disney Plus doesn't like me, I think,
That's
because
fair.
sometimes it just doesn't let me log in. It's like, oh, sorry, something happened. And then one time I was watching The Mandalorian before I left, and it just cut out. It was like, oh, something went wrong.
Disney Plus has problems.
I was like, oh,
It's still new though.
but and then I got to Italy, and then I was like, hey, I can watch this because I have Wi-Fi. And I was like, wait, no, I can't because it's not available here.
Yeah,
What?
I was
correct.
so sad.
Disney Plus is not available worldwide yet.
No, and it was really sad because
That's sad. I'm sorry.
I was like, hey, I have time. I can finally catch up. I can't. But I finally watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay, so what do you think?
Okay,
You're right about the first episode, though. That blue dude is like really weird.
he's
Yeah,
okay. So we have now been able to watch 3 more episodes of The Mandalorian.
it's on episode what
We just watched episode 5.
5, and there's 3 more.
There's 3 more.
Okay.
How are there only?
Yes.
Okay, this show.
Yeah, I have issues with this show that I wish I didn't have.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so I loved episode 3.
Yes, probably the best.
I'm not
Episode
there
3 is
yet.
the best episode of the show.
I think it's like it's a chart. It's like basically an upside down V.
Yeah, it's like building up to episode 3 and then just dropping off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'd say episode 5 was the worst episode.
Yeah, I mean, so between episode 1, 2, and 3, there's definitely an arc.
Yes,
There's
right.
like a story arc that it follows pretty well.
Okay.
And then once you get to 4 and 5, it's kind of just these
Episode of the weeks.
Yeah,
like they go to
anthological episodes that are just like not like they're
Oh.
related to that arc kind of,
They're-
but they're separate.
Okay.
stories.
These are filler episodes that have small things that are moving the story forward in very small ways, usually right at the end.
Yeah.
The 4th episode is a total waste of time. Didn't hate it, but it's a total waste of time.
Yeah. Okay. So
Our hero learns a thing at the end that he should have already known.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like literally at the end of the episode, it's like, oh wow, they're still hunting for the baby, and you're like,
Duh.
of course they are.
They have fobs. They will track him down.
You know this. That was your job. And then episode 5 is just too much fan service whilst also being boring as shit.
Yeah. Okay. So one of my gripes with this show so far is that they spent a lot of money with like effects and stuff, I guess, and some of it is done really well. Some of it is like, eh. Why didn't they not like invest the time and effort and money into casting better?
Yep.
Because
Look, the main characters
Yeah.
are cast well.
yes,
Everyone else
is garbage.
just feels like they just grabbed a dude off the street.
Okay, so I was wondering like why these past few episodes didn't really feel one like Star Wars really,
Yep.
and 2 really good.
Yeah.
And one of those issues one of the reasons is like the acting, just like the how the dialogue is presented and like spoken
Mm-hmm.
by the like ensemble of characters that are like not the main characters. And then 2, I think it's just the film quality, like the way that it's shot.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like dark enough. It feels like too like neutral of a shot with like if you had like a higher contrast, made it more like cinema like,
Yeah.
that would probably like have that Star Wars feel. And when they went to Mos Eisley in this most recent episode,
Spoilers, I guess.
I guess it felt really
Empty,
empty and like
clean,
small
and
and
yeah.
clean.
It like I watched a movie from 40 years ago
Yeah,
that made this exact same place look way more lived in.
and way more interesting.
Yes, he goes into the fucking cantina, and it's just like the most boring place on earth.
Yeah,
Aw, really?
yeah. And like
Yes!
going through the city and like seeing the buildings, it just looked like
A place.
yeah, like a
There's
place.
like one interesting shot, and it was just the shot that they used in the trailers with all
Yeah.
the stormtrooper helmets on
but
spikes.
then they don't like.
It doesn't do anything. It doesn't lead to anything.
I'm glad I have so much to look forward to.
Yeah, you do.
The 3rd episode's really good.
Yeah.
Hey,
It is.
that's the next one I'm watching.
Exactly.
So I can just stop at the 3rd episode.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know how the rest
Like
of the story's
okay,
gonna
so
play
like
out.
the 4th episode is just that classic tale of a gunslinger goes into a town and needs to
Oh.
defend it from an outside horde.
Great,
It's just
great.
7 Samurai.
Okay.
Again, it's like the 3rd time Star Wars has done this story in
yeah,
various media.
yeah. The 5th episode was titled Gunslinger.
I know. But I'm just yeah.
I
And
know,
then,
I know.
and then and then the 5th episode is just like, hey, let's go to one of our favorite stomping grounds and have a stupid story that you can already tell exactly where this is going before it's begun.
Yeah. So
Great.
okay, the character of the bounty hunter.
yeah, the
like,
newbie
new
guy.
guy. What like okay? What?
I didn't.
He reminds me of what the fuck is his name? I don't. If you've played The Outer Worlds, it's one of the companions. That I forget his name because I really don't care. I don't care about him. He's like my least favorite companion.
That's the point.
And
yeah,
well, but it's just like because he's kind of boring. And
he's a boring character.
Yeah,
and nothing. His arc in that episode surprised me in 0 ways.
Yeah, and it was just like he's just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like if he had more. If they invested more time, I guess, in his character itself.
I feel like the problem is they keep introducing characters and then just like giving them 1 episode arcs. These episodes are not very long, so you can't have a big arc, and then they just leave them behind.
I think that is also a disservice to the series.
Yes.
Is that the episodes are only 30 minutes?
Yep.
If they had 8-hour-long episodes, I think they would have more to do and more to flesh out the world and have better stories.
Mm-hmm.
But just like cramming everything in 30 minutes.
Yeah, and I can't help but just feel like there's just been so much wasted opportunity. Like, it's very clear now that this show is like, let's have our Mandalorian friend and his wacky baby Yoda pal go around Star Wars universe and things happen.
Yeah.
And then so that's the reality of the show. But what this show could have been was, let's have this Mandalorian slowly build a crew of these characters that we've been meeting along the way and have like a ragtag group of team that are trying to like stick it.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Right? That's what should have been happening. We keep meeting characters that seem like they're gonna join him, and then they're like, "Nah, I'm good," and then we leave them.
See, I theorize that in the end,
all these
they
characters
probably will come back together.
But that doesn't feel as interesting as like slowly
really
building
doesn't.
a crew of main characters.
Yeah, especially because in this first 2 episodes, or he asks the guy to join his crew, and then with the female bounty hunter character
in episode 4.
Episode 4. From the trailers and everything, I assumed that she then would join his crew.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, well, I guess see you around.
Yeah.
What? And then, what's happening here? And then the quote unquote love interest, I thought she was going to join too. What's happening with these characters?
Just keep introducing characters and abandoning them. And it's weird. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah. Even if it is setting them up to then join later, it still doesn't really feel right.
Look, if there is a second season that is he has now assembled a crew of all these people that have helped him along the way, I'd be more interested in seeing that. But as of right now, there are 3 episodes left in the show, and I'm like, where are we going?
Yeah.
What is this leading to? I don't hate this show, but it just feels super whatever.
Could have been better.
Is it possible that Disney was just because this is their first show off of Disney Plus?
It's their first big show, at least. Yeah.
Are they just did they just conduct a bad experiment?
I mean, I hope not. I don't see why they would. If they have,
I hope this is actually, I'm taking the opposite. I hope this is a bad experiment that they figure out better moving forward.
Because maybe this was a not really well laid out plan that in season 2, they're like, okay, this is what everyone thought. Now let's make a show that the fans will definitely like.
I guess the problem is it exists in this weird middle territory, I think, where its budget is just big enough that they aren't restricted by the things that they want to do, but it's not actually big enough to deliver on the things they want to do. So what I kind of mean is sometimes when you have a really small budget, you have to make really creative decisions on how to tell a story. It kind of makes me think the first Deadpool movie is so charming because honestly its budget is really small. And so they had to make a lot of really interesting choices for that movie and tell a very small story in a very big way, and that feels cool. But then you can have a movie which has hundreds of millions of dollars thrown at it that just feels like a machine that's in a grinder because you don't need to be creative. Any idea you have, you can just be well, we can just throw money at it to solve the problem.
Yeah.
And it feels less tangible.
I think that's, yeah.
This show exists in this weird middle ground where it's it feels like they were told they had a big enough budget to do whatever they want in the Star Wars universe, but they didn't quite have big enough budget to actually capitalize on all the things they want to do. So yeah, we see a village of people that are under assault from a group of raiders and stuff who happen to have a fucking ATST. And this should feel intense. And that final battle at the end just kind of felt like people waving sticks at each other in the background and then a giant CG thing that falls.
Yeah.
And you're oh, okay. And then episode 5, you go to Mos Eisley and it just feels like the emptiest place on earth. And it felt like somebody just built a set and just walked through it and they didn't make it feel lived in at all.
Mhm.
I don't know. And then and like the casting is just not good. Like so many supporting characters in these episodes are just like, who cast you? You feel like you're in a TV show, which is, I know you are,
Yeah.
but it pulls you out of that Star Wars
Exactly.
experience.
And that's another thing. I think who in this last episode, the woman.
Yeah, I know she's somebody, and I can't remember.
I know that she's like
I've seen
a
her in
bigger
stuff.
name.
Yeah, but she just
She
didn't,
was not good.
She didn't fit the tone.
No,
at
that's
all.
the thing. That harkened back to the first episode of that humor that I was hoping this show didn't like invoke necessarily because it didn't really fit into the tone that would be better for the show. And it kind of like harkened back to that, and her delivery of things was kind of like humorous and like had this certain tone that
But
I
it didn't
feel,
have like Star Wars feeling.
yeah,
humor.
it did not feel like Star Wars at all.
It's
And I was,
it's weird, and I don't know how to describe what Star Wars feeling humor is.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, even like, and I'm not talking like prequels humor, but but like original trilogy and even like sequel trilogy humor. It's like, but especially, I think when you think of Star Wars, no matter what, you're gonna harken back to the original 3 movies, and they're kind of feeling and tone, and everything is kind of loosely based off of that.
Just not
And like,
done as
there
well.
are parts. I'd say the 3rd episode is so good because honestly, there were almost no moments I can think of that pulled me out of the experience and made me feel like, well, that wasn't very Star Warsy. It all felt kind of Star Warsy. And it all felt like it was in that universe, and I could see this existing in the universe established in the original trilogy. Every other episode had things that happened that kind of like, okay, what? You would never see some of these characters in an actual Star Wars movie, even the bad ones, because like it just feels like TV caliber acting,
yeah.
and that's not good.
Yeah, I feel like one thing I just realized that could possibly attribute to it as well, that feeling of not really being Star Warsy, is the soundtrack.
Yeah,
'cause
I'm
it's
not a
like-
big fan of the soundtrack.
It's like I like the main theme, like that. I
main
think that
theme's
sounds
fine.
it sounds good, but I like there's not that like underlying strings of
Yeah.
Star Warsy music in the background throughout the scenes, and like leading to that tension. I think that Star Wars tension too, between scenes and like that like kind of those like pauses, that are so Star Warsy. It doesn't really have that. It doesn't have that feeling. But
It's just again, I'm gonna watch the rest of the season. I'm gonna hope that it gets back to its like roots. I feel like we can't really get away with any more filler episodes
yeah,
because they've promised answers for certain things. Like they have promised that we're getting an answer to Baby Yoda's origins this season.
Oh.
And stuff like that. And I feel like they needed to do that so that like, they could keep people invested. They're like, you better not be drawing this shit out.
yeah.
They aren't. More than clearly they already have. I don't know. I was so stoked for the show, and now I'm just like, oh yeah, it's Friday. I should watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Interesting. It just sounds like a lot of bad excuses.
And now here is another argument here.
yes.
It's raining outside, Kyle.
Gross. Why does it always rain on my birthday? I swear.
Well,
Because your birthday's in December.
At least it's
can't
not
I have
snowing on your birthday.
That's true.
Well,
But
it is in other places. Go ahead.
obviously, it's also bright and shiny in some places, Chase. Wow. For some people, it's summer right now. So
Lucky.
half the world. But
Yes.
I feel like so many of the problems of this show, and we would be a lot less critical of it if all 8 episodes were just released in a bundle, and we could just power through these weaker episodes and just get to hopefully
That
the
is
good
true.
stuff.
Yeah, because we have like
maybe.
these
Like every
these
Netflix
really
show,
weak episodes holding us over for like a week.
a whole week, and
Short episodes, too.
yes,
Yeah.
like again, it's that combination of, oh my god, I feel like this barely started, it's already over, now I gotta wait a week, and to begin with, that wasn't even good.
Yeah. And like nothing happened.
But you turn around and if look, I have watched a lot of Netflix shows and I've binged them all, and all of them have episodes that aren't that good. But you know what happens when the not good episodes come? You just watch the next episode. I feel like this is a really strong argument for releasing this in like a bingeable
Yep.
state, because I feel like what we would remember more would be the first couple episodes and hopefully a strong ending
Yeah.
versus like, episodes 4 and 5 weren't very good.
Yeah, I wouldn't remember the bad ones.
Not as much, at least.
Yeah, and but that would never be a thing that Disney would admit to do. Like,
Obviously.
like, oh, we never make bad episodes.
Yeah, I know.
Also, yeah, maybe this is something in the future they will look at and maybe correct. Possibly.
I
Maybe.
mean, I hope so.
Me too.
But I think it's also the fact that it's Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni that are that are showrunning this, and I'm like, why isn't it a higher caliber?
I
like,
agree.
I expect more.
I've watched a lot of great shows that Dave Filoni's been a part of. I've seen many great things that Jon Favreau's been a part of.
Yeah.
What has happened, guys?
What's happening here?
It makes
But the weird thing, like the last episode was written
By Dave Filoni.
by Dave Filoni. I was like, why? What?
I know.
makes you wonder what's happening behind the screen that you don't see.
Maybe.
Like, are there huge restrictions and things that they have to follow that's making it hard for them to make good episodes? Or
I would hope not,
something.
but I mean, I guess.
yeah, because if you think about the first Star Wars movie, it wasn't made where they thought it was going to be this great big, like what we know of as Star Wars. It was like, hey, this is going to be like a B movie, sci-fi movie.
Now, to be fair, George Lucas never thought that. George
Okay,
Lucas
this
always
is George
envisioned of
Lucas.
making like this crazy epic scale of a film. I really wish I brought my jacket in.
Yeah, it's starting to pour out there.
But it's just a disappointment more than anything. Like, if the show wasn't part of something I was really hyped about, I probably wouldn't care as much about its mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, but I love Star Wars. I'm not in love with Star Wars, but I do love Star Wars.
Yeah.
It was a key part of my childhood, and I enjoy, like, I'm one of the people that enjoyed The Last Jedi. That movie has huge problems.
Yeah.
Huge problems.
I enjoyed it.
But like, I
One of
didn't
those
hate it.
people.
I didn't hate it. I'm like, look, I can enjoy what this is, and I am expecting some course correction. And like, while I can understand in like the grand scheme, I'm like, they took Luke Skywalker in a really odd direction that I don't necessarily agree with, but like, Mark Hamill delivered a great performance in that movie at least. So it's like, what the fuck was that face?
She doesn't
Cheyenne?
like Luke Skywalker.
So it's interesting. So
You brought
they took a character that you didn't like,
yeah,
and they fundamentally changed him, and you still didn't like him.
yep. Well, okay,
No, she's
so
spiteful of the character itself.
no, they may have fundamentally changed him, but he still has the characteristics that I did not like.
Like what?
He's a whiny baby. Tell me I'm wrong, Kyle.
I feel like you've never gotten past the first movie.
Okay, maybe.
Because honestly, he's not he has whiny-ish moments in the second one, but like he doesn't whine at all in the third one.
No, I don't mind him in the third one,
To be fair, look,
but that's a very different movie.
it is true. Man, episode 6 has some of the highest and lowest points of the original trilogy, which is such a funny statement because there's like the shit between Luke and Darth Vader and the Emperor is some of the best Star Wars material.
Yeah.
And there's all
Great.
the shit
Everything
on
else?
Endor. What the fuck?
Well, you don't like the Ewoks?
No, I do not.
But they're cute.
They are adorable,
That's all I care
but
about.
it's really dumb. And like, it's really clear that Carrie Fisher was just on drugs for that whole movie. She's admitted she doesn't remember filming it at all. And Harrison Ford clearly wished he was dead.
Hey, he tried to die like way sooner.
He tried to die at the end of the second movie.
Yeah.
And I don't think he ever forgave George for not killing Han Solo.
Hey, he got his wish later.
I know. Well, he has said multiple times the only reason he agreed to join the movie is if they killed him, and that's why he had such a great time in episode 7.
That's hilarious.
I know that hurts so much because you could tell it's like Han Solo's back. It's like you
Yeah.
brought him to life to kill him.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Exactly. But it works. But yeah, you're like, dude, this is straight up Han Solo. This is the best work Harrison Ford has done in years. And then it's like, and then you realize at the end, you're like, oh, that's why you tried.
Yeah. It's like,
Damn you,
oh,
Harrison Ford. You hate our hearts.
Yeah. He did that on purpose.
Yep. I feel like Harrison Ford has had this weird thing where like so often in his career lately, he's just kind of been like, whatever. But then he'll like we're gonna let you replay a character that you played a long time ago in a sci-fi movie. He's like, I'm back.
Blade Runner.
Yeah, dude, he was great in Blade Runner.
Yeah.
He was better in the new Blade Runner than he was in the old one. Oh man. But yeah, Mandalorian.
Don't watch it. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa! I don't know about that.
No, you can
It's
still watch
just
it.
it's a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah.
Maybe wait if you haven't started watching The Mandalorian
Wait
yet.
for them all to be out.
Wait for it all to be
Yeah.
out and then binge it. That's what I'm doing with Gargoyles.
You're still waiting for Gargoyles to come out?
No, I'm saying I'm binging Gargoyles.
Oh.
It's great.
You're still waiting for Gargoyles to
It's
come out?
so good. That's what you should be watching if you have Disney Plus. Watch Gargoyles.
Wizards of Waverly Place.
One of the best cartoons ever fucking made.
Okay.
Okay.
Ignore the last season.
Oh, that's sad when it's the last season.
Best cartoon ever made, not Playmobil the movie.
I was waiting for you to find a way to get this in. What?
Trying to segue.
That's the big movie out this week, Chase.
Who's in that cast, Chase?
Yeah, it's Daniel Radcliffe, Adam Lambert, Jim Gaffigan, Megan Trainor, Kenan Thompson,
Sounds like an all-star cast.
for a movie that was
One of the biggest bombs ever
yeah, it opened for $660,000.
in like thousands of theaters. How many theaters?
2,337 theaters.
Oh my god.
You want okay? Let's do some math here.
Like the top 10, looking at the list of like the top 10 performing theaters for that movie is hilarious. Because like in the top 10, there are theaters that made like $1,000.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, but
that's
that was
so bad.
Wow. I just realized I've never even seen what this looks like.
Oh, you should look it up.
Bad.
Look it up.
Yeah, I just did. And I looked at it and I'm like, I never saw anything about this movie. What?
Is your math wrong, Jason?
No,
What
I
is
think
this
that's
movie?
an. Wait.
Are you
Oh.
averaging the amount of money each theater has made?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so bad.
It's $282.
Yes. So
Oh.
this movie.
$282 a theater?
That's
Oh.
so bad.
Oh my God! Wait a second. Okay, so let's do average ticket price of like 15.
That's accurate.
That's
is
about
accurate.
less than 20 tickets sold to every theater that it came
Now,
out.
to
in.
be fair, the average ticket price is not $15.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, Chase. Most movie theaters are only selling this movie
For
$5.
$5.
a
That's
ticket.
right.
Oh, wow.
So about 56 people.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what these toys
That's
are.
abysmal.
And again, that's for the whole opening weekend.
That's an opening weekend of a movie.
Yeah, I can tell you, my theater undersold that.
Oh yeah, so do we.
Well, I mean, it depends on today, but like, I worked Friday and Saturday and Thursday.
And I don't think more than 20 people came at any show for that. Like,
Yeah.
movie.
Opening
Less
night,
than
we sold 4 tickets for it between three shows.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yesterday, I think we sold. I think it was like 21 across all the shows.
Jesus.
It's doing so badly that I almost want to see it, because here's the problem. Look, is it a good movie? Oh, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's
You
garbage.
know, okay, on Rotten Tomatoes, you want to know what its score? Wanna
Probably
guess
not.
Is it in
that
the
bad.
teens?
It's 19%.
Oh, that's not bad
19%?
compared to other movies.
Now,
in
I will
there.
say, audience score 65.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, it's probably not that
Okay,
bad.
so what's
It's
a movie
just
that you think
like-
is not that bad that you're going to compare it to?
I warn you, they're going to have better scores.
I don't know a movie that would
Think
be
of a really
bad
bad movie. What movie do you hate, Cheyenne?
that I hate.
Okay, that's bad.
That you think is a bad movie?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know that there are good
That's
movies that
just
you hate.
absolutely bad. I can't think of anything right now.
Pull up Trolls 2.
Wait, did that come out?
No, not that Trolls.
Oh, oh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never mind.
I was like, I wanted to see Trolls too.
There it is. There she is. 6%.
1990s Trolls
Oh,
2.
Baby Genius.
Baby Geniuses.
Genius.
Baby Geniuses. 1 and 2. 2 is
Wait, there's a 2?
Baby Genius's favorite nursery rhyme?
yes. It's even
Baby
more.
Geniuses was it
Baby Geniuses.
2%?
2%. 24%.
Really? I like that movie.
No, you don't.
I did.
You think you did, but you don't. Baby
No,
Geniuses
probably
2 is even worse. It's Baby Geniuses 2 like super babies, and they have superpowers.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
You probably haven't. Thank God.
Okay. Ooh, Ant Bully,
Ant Bully.
right?
I, have no
I don't
idea
even know what
what
you're talking about.
Oh, the Ant Bully. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking about that.
62%.
62%. Like
Look,
4
It's
times
not a
higher.
good movie.
I just
Yeah.
it's reviewed very badly.
Yeah.
But
Wait, the Ant Bully had Julia Roberts, Nicolas Cage, and Meryl Streep?
Yeah, it's a
Are you
big-
fucking kidding me?
That was a big. It should have been a big movie, but I don't think many people watched it.
good.
I
That
think
title alone should tell you avoid.
I think that was one of the reasons Jimmy Neutron got
Wait,
canceled.
go back to that.
What?
Which one?
Go back to the previous screen. Wow, international's done a lot better for this movie than domestic.
For what movie?
Oh, 12 million.
For Playmobil.
95% of its grosses have been international.
Well, that makes sense. I believe. Hold on, I saw
Playmobil's
somewhere-
bigger outside of the U.S. than
Yeah,
it is
I
in the
think
U.S.
it's a German toy.
I've definitely
believe.
seen Playmobil
I've
toys before.
had Playmobil toys.
Yeah, but I think it's from Germany.
But oh my god, that's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
That's still a $13 million opening worldwide.
And I believe the movie had like a $45 million budget.
Yeah.
So there's no chance of it making its budget back. Unless it just
Well-
keeps doing really well.
I don't think it will. But hey,
But again, I almost want to watch it and I would pay for a ticket just because.
No.
you feel bad for it.
Yes!
I don't. I would
There-
still watch it for free.
I just. Here's the fact. There's one guy that was part of making this movie. Probably not a very big part. Probably just was like an artist or a designer or something. And he's like, you know what, guys, I finally did it. This is my big break.
Oh,
Aw.
yeah.
I
Daniel Radcliffe.
He's like, this is my big break. I am going to wow everyone and prove that I can do something. And like all of my years of schooling and all of
Yeah.
the debt I have accrued to get to this point,
Oh,
it wasn't for
you
nothing.
make me feel bad.
And then he's like, what movie am I working on? Oh, Playmobil?
Is a T-Rex.
Okay. I'm gonna try.
I'll do my best. I'll do my best.
So yeah. I guess watch it out of guilt. and just pity, really. You did this to that poor boy. I'm gonna say his name is Jonathan Edwards, and he was I don't know. Guess what? Frozen 2 on the weekend. Who knew? Knives Out was also pretty damn good.
96%. Oh,
Dude, I loved Knives Out.
I still see it.
I loved it.
Really?
Yes, I did. I will say there's one thing about the movie that annoyed me. But other than that, I loved it.
Oh, good.
And I get why they did it.
Was it James Bond?
Oh no, he's great. No, if you didn't like frickin' Benny, you're not gonna enjoy this movie, considering how central he is to the plot.
Okay.
But I mean, he's the gentleman detective. Like, if you didn't enjoy this character, but no, the movie gets annoyingly political at times. Like,
Okay.
for a thing where like there's literally a whole scene where they just like all the characters stop and have a conversation about illegal immigration.
Okay.
I was like, I know why this is here, but do we need this? You know what I mean? And it literally just felt like that was the moment where Ryan Johnson was just like, now speak my thoughts of characters. And I was like, okay, that's totally fine. I get it.
The Last Jedi
This
was a
is
great movie.
But it's that would have been the best. It's like, well, it's not my fault all of you hated my favorite movie from last year, The Last Jedi. Dude, I would have lost my damn mind.
Speaking his thoughts through his characters.
All of his characters in the background, like every time anybody's watching a movie in the background, they're just watching another Ryan Johnson movie. It's like, oh, he's watching Brick. Oh, Looper's on TV over there. Look, I like Ryan Johnson, honestly, as a director. Last Jedi was definitely a miss on his part, but like everything else, I love his filmography. But oh man, and yeah, there's like one annoying scene. I was like, okay, and it goes on a lot longer than it needed to. Is I think really the problem. It's just like, okay, I get why you're having this. Yes, illegal immigration does actually matter in the plot, but. But I was like, come on. Can we get back to the fascinating, mystery going on here? I will say, I don't want to spoil anything about this movie,
Good.
but I will say that it does really well with the more whodunits and murder mystery stories and stuff you've experienced, the more you will appreciate what this movie does. In a really cool way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very smart. I think from time to time the movie thinks it's smarter than it is, but it is still very smart. And the actors, I mean, obviously the cast is fantastic. And everybody's bringing their A game. And just as the narrative unfolds and as you just keep learning more and more shit, because this movie is utterly unafraid of giving you an excessive amount of information to parse through.
Okay.
You absolutely have almost every single piece of information you need to solve the mystery in like 20 minutes. And then it's just about, okay, let's just play this out and watch this unfold. And it's awesome. I really loved it. It's one of my favorite movies of the year, I'd say. Easy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Captain America and Billy from It.
Those are your takeaways. That's the only people in the cast you care about.
No, I mean, and James Bond and that I don't know her name in Halloween. The mom from Freaky Friday.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah,
No, I know
he's
her
trying to go
name.
with characters.
Oh, okay.
And obviously we can't forget Ryan Gosling's fake love interest from Blade Runner, Ana de Armas. She was his his like AI
Oh
girlfriend.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
What's her name?
Can't remember her character's name.
Oh,
The
I
good
don't
one. Oh,
remember
I
her
loved it.
name.
Oh, I forgot who. Oh.
No, she's great in this movie too.
Ah.
She is like, I think she's like the surprise cast member.
Joy. Yeah, it was Joy.
No.
J-O-I, right?
J-O-I? Maybe.
Blade Runner Joy.
Yo, I'm thinking you're right because Joy was a thing on the autocorrect.
Yeah, Joy.
There you go. Yeah, she was great in that. She's great in this. She's so good in this. She has one of the best character arcs in the entire movie.
And
I'm not going to say anything else.
And the wizard.
She's in War Dogs.
Frank Oz.
The wizard.
Wait, she's in War Dogs?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
She's in a lot of movies, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but like Ana de Armas, she's good in like everything I've seen her in.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a lot of people in this movie, and they all deliver great performances.
And Poison Ivy from Lego Batman. Ricky Lindholm.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Hey, it stopped raining.
California.
California.
Oh,
All right.
speaking of California, I went to Italy.
Oh, did you?
No allergies.
Oh,
I
that's
came
right.
back here. All of a sudden, I'm screwed.
Allergies.
It's because the air quality sucks here. There, I said it.
Probably.
Away.
There, he said the controversial thing.
Yeah. You can't change my mind.
I think that
I'm taking a stand right
I
now.
think that basically ran over everything that mattered that happened to us in the last couple weeks. Not much actually happened. There was
Well-
just enough time to accumulate a bunch of non-important things.
Yeah. Oh, I also injured my toe.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then continuously injured it. And then walked on that all through my trip. And then just continuously kept making it worse.
Bleeding.
Yeah. That was fun.
I bet.
But yeah, thanks for listening to another episode of the podcast.
This one had almost no topic at all.
Like most of our episodes.
No, I'd say it's like 50-50.
I mean, we kind of had a topic. Sort of.
Was it The Mandalorian, or was it you going on vacation, or was it the Playmobil movie, or was it? It was a catch. It was like a catch grab
You'll
episode.
find out when I make a title.
Good luck with that. It's like the one where they ramble a lot.
Hey, don't steal
Friends?
my title.
The one with the person
Baby.
gradually losing their
Oh,
minds. and-
wait.
Oh my
there
god.
wa-
I thought you you making
What?
that noise startled me because I thought it was like a feedback or something with my headphones. And I jumped.
He did jump.
I had
What
one
the
thing.
fuck?
I know. I don't know why.
She just went, oh.
Okay,
But,
but,
like, it's so
Kyle was
starkly.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was looking at
Anyway,
Yeah, it's true. I was
before
looking
we
at you.
close this out, I heard something on the radio the other day.
Was it a
you.
song?
The song.
No, you guys are so funny. Anyway, it was about Baby Yoda and how shoot, I forgot what radio station it is. I think is it K-Rock? It might be K-Rock.
Sure.
Dang. Anyway,
I
they're
don't think
trying.
this what matters.
It doesn't. But okay, so people were saying Baby Yoda's cute. I actually don't think Baby Yoda's that cute.
Oh, you don't.
What?
You won't see it yet. You don't see it yet.
Yes,
Okay.
you do.
It gets better.
She watched episode 2. Baby Yoda was adorable in episode 2.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I don't
Hey, I mean, he's
know.
also adorable in episode 4.
3.
I think
Oh,
he was,
4 and a 4 is
I don't
probably.
He's
know.
barely he's not in 3 that much, but
I
no,
mean-
I thought he was adorable in
Like,
no,
4.
he's really
he's-
adorable.
And we got
he's cute,
we got the
but-
little drinking thing that's become a huge meme.
That's a huge. Movie.
Oh, I think I saw that where they're like he's pushing Kermit aside
What?
No.
online. Where
I have no idea what you're
The
talking
meme?
about.
No, okay,
oh,
anyway.
yeah, the
Well,
Kermit sipping tea
yeah,
meme. Yeah.
and it's like move over Kermit. There's a new one or whatever. Anyway, so on this radio station, they're trying to get someone to name their child Yoda.
Don't do it.
Yeah, and it was a competition or
It sounds
something.
dumb.
I know, but I want to see how many people are actually going to name their child Yoda. Because this is an actual thing where there's something that happens in media and
Yes.
then they
Okay.
name their children after
Or
it.
Okay.
Arya, Cersei.
No, let's
Daenerys?
get to all those poor Daenerys out there.
Oh,
Or even worse, the Khaleesi's, because these people were not
Oh,
big
yeah.
enough fans to not realize that's not her name.
yeah,
That's her title.
yeah. But anyway, so that's just something for the future to see. if
Well, I
there's
mean-
The
any
worst part is
Yodas.
we're probably going to get a real name for Baby Yoda by the end of this season.
Yeah.
The fact that he still is not named this fucking poor thing.
Those people that are just like, how is Yoda a
child.
baby?
Yeah, no,
No,
God.
how does Yoda a baby when it doesn't take place after? Like, it's like, are you stupid?
Look, we just don't have a name for his race. And he's a cute little Baby Yoda, okay?
Yeah.
And also, he might literally be a Baby Yoda.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'm gonna
They-
name my daughter Padme. So.
I don't know what daughter this is, but
Don't make me stop you.
I'm kidding.
I know you are.
It's gonna be
Nope. Nope. Don't try and make a joke. We're just going to move on.
Hermione. Hermione.
Poor Hermione Matherly.
well,
Not with Cheyenne. You're
goodbye.
not.
Yeah, not with me. I don't. This
Um,
might be when I'm dead,
Uh,
or I've moved on
yes,
to
my
someone
second
rich,
marriage.
and or you're still your
What
first
confuses
marriage.
me,
yeah.
what confuses me is that she says, "Oh, yeah, it's my second marriage," and then he starts trying to Google search something.
Yeah.
What are you searching?
Well,
Bad
Chase
character name.
Villain name generator.
as Chase continues to dig himself into a hole.
I thought you
Dick
said dick.
himself.
I thought you were gonna say dick myself over or something. Why am I dicking myself?
Oh, you gotta enter a whole bunch of shit.
What gender? Non-binary.
Well, this was fun.
No, Chase, just give
Not
up.
fun.
An adjective to describe your villain. Yep, rough. Yep.
What
Just
the
keep hitting
heck?
they were
anything.
born actually
What
for
are you?
20,
You know, you're just
25.
wasting
What?
these poor viewers' time.
Look, if they're listening to us, that's already been happening for about an hour.
I mean, that's like an hour and 20 minutes.
Write me some villain names.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't fill in like half the
I know.
Oh.
Robin Dawson, aka Snake Woman.
You're not going rough snake?
Rough, solid rough snake. Rough woman, Agent Rough, Peak Woman. What? Why?
Well, that was
Also-
another fun episode of the ZymCast. My name is Cheyenne.
Mitzi.
Goodbye.
Captain Peak,
My name's
Draft
Kyle.
Girl, Agent Draft Punk. No.
That was Chase. He says
okay.
bye.
Bye.